what's the best argument for marriage? When I say marriage, I don't mean commitment. I mean marriage, right? Like going and signing the papers, doing like
better tax situations.
Yeah. I mean, is that it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't think it's a good deal. Like I'm very pro marriage. I'm pro family. My parents have been together like almost 50 years at this point, married almost 50 years.
But the fact that they have a little piece of paper with the state does not mean anything.
But also our family and their relationship, it's faith-based.
That's what I'm saying.
So
if they never officially turned in that certificate to where if the state looked, they're not married. They've never been married in this state, but were married at the church and acted like they've acted this whole time. And you found out they weren't actually married. Yeah. Would you think they weren't?
No. And this is also interesting because even in the Bible itself, right? Like the first marriages were not go to the state and stand in a building and sign pieces of paper or whatnot. Adam and Eve were married. Like, I'm assuming they didn't have, I'm assuming no one officiated it and they didn't have vows. Like all the, entire Old Testament, when people got married, it was just like, okay, you're married.
I don't understand some of those stories back then, which is why I'm still seeking.
Okay.
And if you read scripture, it says seek and ye shall find. So I'm seeking, I'm doing as I'm told. But when I think back to Adam and Eve, is that the very first two ever? Ever? Yeah. Okay. So Adam and Eve were in existence, right? That's it. No one else around?
Just those two.
Okay. And then they had babies. And then did those babies have babies?
Yes.
Who fucked them?
There was incest.
There
was heavy incest at the beginning. And that's acknowledged in the Bible. Like,
is it?
Yeah. With Adam and Eve and then, Cain and Abel and so on.
So that means we're all related and we
explicit there, but later on there's, people marrying their aunties and cousins, and fathers and daughters.
Wouldn't that mean
his daughters?
Wouldn't that, if that's the truth, because again, we weren't there. You're just going on what you're reading.
Yeah.
But if that's the truth, well then wouldn't we all be related?
Yeah. I mean, we all are related.
Every single one of us.
We all, I think regardless of someone's viewpoint, whether they have a purely secular evolutionary lens or a more religious lens, any of the Abrahamic faiths anyway, either way, like we are all human. If you go up far enough up the tree,
we're all human.
Yeah, we are all related. Like we've got to be.
No, I mean I'm tracing it back, but like you and I definitely could be related, but we're more than likely not. If you trace it back, unless that's true, then we are. And if we are, like, where you been, dog? Shit, how come you ain't called? How come I wasn't invited?
It's why I call people bro. It's why I call people.
But at the end of the day, man, you never know what to believe, because if you really start looking, you start to see, like the fact that there were omissions. The Bible literally had complete chapters omitted.
Yeah, there's books that are
why? Yeah. Number one, number two. You start to realize that, it's been thousands of years and you believe what you believe based on who told you and then who told you that and then who told them that. And you can go back to the 1500s and lose who told them that and you don't know anymore. And and you can go another 1,000 years.
For sure.
But what should we really believe? You can't. You just have to have faith.